I will tell you that if you follow the recipe, it will work. Absolutely 100% will work. I don't want anyone to think that I'm teaching that what other agents are doing is wrong, but it is opposite, okay? So let's dive in a little bit and talk through your perceptions of real estate agents. And we won't bring up that you're dating one, okay? Let me see if I can get this thing to work. Okay, I think it's working. So we're gonna call this side of the board, this is the legacy agent. So the legacy agent is the agent that is, I would say, typical, high dollar, doing a lot of business, maybe a top 1% type of agent, right? If you were going to describe a typical legacy agent, let's start with probably drives a luxury car. What else? Fancy clothes, jewelry. What else? How do they treat people? Do they pick up their phone? Well, they should, but typically they don't, do they?
Do they have an assistant that picks up their phone?
I don't know. This agent over here, this is the anti-agent. Always picks up the phone. See, this agent here was the one that I couldn't get a hold of. This agent's too busy for me, right? This agent's kind of cocky. This agent talks down to people, right? This agent acts like they're better than. I'm not trying to describe people you know. I'm trying to describe the perception of the average buyer or seller of this highfalutin agent, right? And so as you go through that list, we need to do the opposite over here. So where this person's too busy to pick up the phone, this person is always able to pick up the phone. Always picks it up, always calls back. Super responsive. This one is not responsive. There are agents in this business who do well, who do not pick up their phone, who will not call you back, who won't text you back. And the reason they're like that is because they are doing a mental evaluation when that call comes in or that text happens. They're mentally evaluating, why do I want to contact that person back? Are they important enough for me? Are they on my list of priorities right now? Will they wait? Okay? And so this agent, everyone's a priority. Now, you can be a super nice person and a good agent, a good-hearted person, and do this in the beginning and be successful and end up being this agent over here. Because once your activity level gets to be so high, you end up being this agent, okay? You're making a lot of money. You're spending your money. You're not picking up your phone. You're too busy to talk to people. Oh, they want to see a $100,000 house. I'm not wasting my time calling them back, okay? This person is operating at a high level and has the capacity to talk to a lot of people because they don't have anybody to talk to. So if I call you on the phone and I say, hey, I want to go see a house for $100,000, you're like, fantastic, what time can I pick you up? When do you want to go see it? Right? So the things that could make you very successful, you end up letting them go to become this persona, and many agents don't even realize they're doing it. And so as we go through this process, you are going to hear me talk about legacy agents and anti-agents. And so the legacy agent writes a contract a certain way. The legacy agent is going to talk to you on the phone a certain way. And the legacy agent is going to respond to their clients and other agents a certain way. And I don't want you to be this agent, ever. I want you to be this agent. This agent is super honest. The general public thinks this agent is not honest, dishonest.
I mean, it's really all, you're in a service industry, right?
You are in a service industry. And I think the problem is people, when they operate at that level long enough, become tired. And the things that make them successful, they don't want to do anymore or don't think they have to do anymore. It is a service industry. And if you're going to operate at a very high level, you are going to have to do this. Let me just run through this with you. Some years ago, I read a survey. They surveyed, I don't know how many thousands of people, and asked them, what is the most dishonest profession? What do you think they said was Now we're describing a profession that is the least dishonest of all.
Used car sales.
All right, that's one. Okay, so the most dishonest profession was actually a U.S. congressman. Okay, which makes perfect sense. And the next one up from that was attorneys, which makes a lot of sense because most politicians are attorneys, right? And if you've ever had any dealings with an attorney,
Well, you know what they want? Build a lot.
right? That's exactly right. And the next one up from that was used car salesman. And the next one up from that was real estate agent. So the public's perception of what you are, they don't believe that you are an honest person. They don't believe that you are out to help them and to have their best interests at heart, okay? That is not their instinct. Their instinct is that you are this person. Until proven otherwise, this is who you are, okay? Now, you can overcome those things, right? But at first glance, this is who you are. And I think you need to understand that going into this, that this is what you have to overcome, okay? It's easier said than done. And as we dive into that conversation, as we go through this process, you will start to recognize the legacy agents in your life and the anti-agents in your life.